Sick kids on Halloween. I have 3 kids, ages 5, 3 and 2. Yesterday at noon I got the call to come pick my 5-year-old up from school. Her teacher wasn't totally sure if she was faking or sick, but she thought she was sick. As soon as we got home my 5-year-old laid down in her sister's bed, too tired to climb into the top bunk, and then an hour later, she puked. Good call, teacher. This morning she is feeling a lot better but she still has diarrhea. And this morning, her 2-year-old brother is also sick. My 3-year-old seems healthy as a horse and is in high spirits, excited for trick-or-treating. I'm a little overwhelmed with 2 sick kids, and 1 boisterous healthy one, and am having trouble figuring out what to do about Halloween. I don't want the 5-year-old overexerting herself, and I also don't want her spreading the illness all over the neighborhood. The 2-year-old doesn't really have a clue about what is happening today, so he will go along with whatever. The 3-year-old could go trick-or-treating alone with dad, which seems like the right choice because she's not sick and there's no need for her to miss out, but that will make the 5-year-old feel even worse about staying home. I'm sure other people have had sick kids on Halloween. I appreciate your thoughts about the best way to celebrate while letting everyone recover from illness and contain the germs. Thank you. Update 1 Sick kids on Halloween, a heartwarming update. Thank you to everyone who gave me a great advice on what to do about my sick 5 and 2-year-old and healthy 3-year-old on Halloween night. I don't know when my kids matured so much, but they had me in tears last night. As it got closer to trick-or-treating time, the kids all got excited and put on their costumes. I was eyeing them warily and thinking about doing, okay, just a few houses, sanitize hands, then we go home and rest plan. It was especially unnerving that the 5-year-old's costume was a full bodysuit, white unicorn costume. She hadn't had diarrhea in like 6 hours at that point, but still a risky costume given the situation. My 5-year-then-old said, "Mama, I don't know if I'll be well enough for trick-or-treating." Well enough, like a little old lady instead of a 5-year-old. I was still staring at my 5-year-old reeling from this mature observation when my 3-year-old said, "Actually, Emily, we can play that game at home. We can play that game here. I'll play with you." They then played trick-or-treat at our door for like 30 minutes, taking turns ringing the bell and giving each other candy from our candy bowl. The 2-year-old was especially pumped because he always wants to repeatedly ring our doorbell and we usually don't let him. When my husband got home he offered to take the 3-year-old trick-or-treating, but she said she wanted to stay and play with Emily and Owen because they don't feel good. I then announced that the Candy Witch was going to visit our house to leave a special treat for us, but that they had to go play in the girls' room because the witch didn't want them to see the surprise. Thanks you Solid Bones for the idea. My husband and I set up a little scavenger hunt. They had an awesome time doing the scavenger hunt and following the clues to the candy, and in typical kid fashion the fact that the candy in the witch's cauldron was the same candy we were handing out and the same cauldron they had seen earlier did not bother them in the slightest. It was the sweetest thing ever. Seeing them mature into such considerate, loving siblings shines a whole new light on the past years of chaos, hitting and screaming. Also my Halloween ended with this conversation. Me. Okay, good night girls, sleep tight. 3-year-old. Mama, I can't sleep. I'm worried a spooky thing will come and say boo. A spooky ghost will come and look in my window and say, boo, and a spooky witch will come and look in my window and say, boo, and a spooky skeleton will come and look in me. You don't have to worry about that, Hazel. All the spooky things have gone to, 3-year-old. Wait, Mama, I wasn't finished. And a spooky skeleton will come and look in my window and say, boo, and a spooky pumpkin will come and look in my window and say, boo, and a spooky 5-year-old. Don't worry, we'll just tell them to go to bed. 3-year-old, asterisk exaggerated sigh asterisk okay, but tell them I don't want them to say boo. Me, okay, I will. Good night.